Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Monday, January 26, 2015. We are dealing with a significant winter storm event on the way. What a way to start off a week, huh? Well, currently we have temperatures ranging from the mid to upper teens over the interior, lower to mid 20s over the suburbs of New York City and Philadelphia, and upper 20s to a few lower 30s along the immediate coast and in your urban locations. Now we have winds coming in from the northeast as an area of low pressure off of the North Carolina coast begins to develop, where we have winds increasing to 10 to 20 miles per hour over the southern New Jersey coast and 5 to 15 miles per hour over the New York City metro and over Connecticut. We already have some light snow developing throughout the region. This is kind of a precursor to the storm, and then things get really interesting throughout this morning and on through this evening. So let's dive into the details real fast, explain what can go wrong and what can go right, depending if you like snow or not, and how the storm is evolving. Currently on the radar, we basically have those snow showers developing throughout the northern mid-Atlantic. They are starting to pick up in a little bit more intensity right along the coast. However, our main storm has not developed yet. That will not be the case until later on this morning when our coastal low really starts to take shape here off of the mid-Atlantic coast. When that starts to happen, this precipitation shield will start to solidify. In the meantime, a lot of this is not reaching the ground, and what is reaching the ground is very light and rather scattered, producing about a coating to a half an inch. Then, by about 9 a.m., I think we'll start to see this all solidify, and we'll see widespread light snow throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, and that snow will get heavier and heavier with each passing hour. On the latest surface map, you can see our low pressure system currently still primarily over Kentucky and Tennessee, basically the Tennessee River Valley. That low pressure system will jump towards the North Carolina coast and then track towards the benchmark, which is right here, that will set up the development of a major snowstorm throughout the region. One key factor that is different from any of the other winter storms that we've had this year is high pressure is locked into the north, and that's what's going to keep our cold air locked in throughout the entire storm, leading to snow ratios ranging from 15 to as much as 20 inches per to inch of liquid equivalent. On the latest Weather Vapor satellite picture, again, I can't stress enough the key point of this storm. The whole reason why this storm is happening is because of the storm this weekend. That storm led to the blocking to allow this storm to really develop. Now, a key point here in this whole storm is, when does the upper level low with this storm develop? If it develops to the south of Long Island, the storm is further east. If it develops over Delaware and over to southern New Jersey early tomorrow morning, then basically the forecast we have in place stands pat. And the models are jumping in between that right now. I'm not one to like to shift my forecast with each model run. It's really a bad form in that it creates a lot of confusion. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the observations here, and the observations here tell me that we have a very intense low pressure system, an upper level disturbance here that is diving towards the mid-Atlantic coast. You can already see the lifting starting to increase over the western Atlantic and over the northern mid-Atlantic. And so I want to stay pat, because yes, a shift either way would dramatically change your snowfall totals for your location. But if you shift with each model run, all you do is create a confusion, and I'd rather not do that. On the infrared satellite picture, again, you can see some significant lifting here starting to develop along the coastal plain here and over the northern mid-Atlantic. This will only intensify as this low pressure system jumps towards the coast and then redevelops and then shoots up towards the New England coastal waters over the next 36 hours. Now, I'm going to use the NAM model guidance for this discussion. I could have used any model guidance, but the NAM model guidance from 06Z is the latest model guidance I have. And here is the whole key point of this whole forecast, right here. At 30 hours out, basically Tuesday morning, where does this upper level low form? Does it form here, or does it form here? And that is the whole question with this whole forecast. So a shift slightly to the east, what does that mean? It means slightly less snowfall, but still it's a significant snowfall event. So even if you don't end up with 2 feet, you still can end up with 6 inches to a foot. which is still a significant impact on your region. So, with that being the case, dive into this forecast here. Again, I haven't changed much since 4:30 yesterday afternoon, and pretty much everything pretty much stands pat with this forecast. Light snow developing this morning, becoming moderate by this afternoon, becoming heavy tonight, especially after 5 p.m., and continuing on through Tuesday afternoon, and ending Tuesday afternoon through early Wednesday morning in the form of scattered snow showers. Now, the standard forecast, the forecast we have in place right now, based on the idea that the upper level low forms here, our surface low tracks here, and so as a result, you end up with, as the National Weather Service also agrees with me, 24 to 36 inches with locally higher amounts. That is the threat of thunder snow, with timing of the moderate snow from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. On Wednesday, with the worst impacts between 8 p.m. tonight and 8 p.m. Tuesday. Again, a rather nasty storm. A little bit further to the west, including the Philadelphia metropolitan area, we're looking at 18 to 24 inches. Again, threat for thunderstorm exists. Moderate snow begins at 9 a.m., especially over southern New Jersey, through 4 a.m. Wednesday. Worst impacts from 8 p.m. Monday through 8 p.m. Tuesday. And notice the gradient gets very tight here over eastern Pennsylvania, with 12 to 18 inches just to the west of Philadelphia, 6 to 10 inches over east central Pennsylvania, and as we head towards central Pennsylvania, about 1 to 3 inches. Now, and by the way, you can check out these times on the Google map, on right on the main page. Now, if the storm shifts a little bit further east, Connecticut and Long Island, no change to your forecast. This is a major hit. It's a blizzard. New York City, instead of getting the 24 to 36, you're more likely to get around the 12 to 18. Everything gets shifted east, and eastern Pennsylvania, this gradient really collapses. A lot of locations, instead of getting that 6 to 10, end up getting 3 to 6 because of the shift to the east. So the area that would have the most significant change in the forecast is going to be eastern Pennsylvania if this storm shifts east. My point here in not wanting to change is that we're talking about 3 hours here in the forecast. So 3 hours, you get some models going with the more intense version, which we have here, and other models going with a little bit further east, which would be less snow for Pennsylvania. But again, for New Jersey, the New York City metropolitan area, Connecticut, it's either you get 1 to 2 feet or 2 to 3 feet. Either way, it's a significant impact on your operations on your region, and it's still blizzard conditions and it's still a nasty situation. Now remember, QPF amounts are probably around 1 inch to 2 inches, but your snow ratio is anywhere from 12 to 1 to 20 to 1. So that means significantly more snow and blowing snow. So again, I do not want to change this forecast all that much. You get the idea, you understand what's happening here with this storm, and of course we'll follow it throughout the day. After the storm leaves, we get a little bit of a break on Wednesday and Thursday with temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Friday we get a clipper moving through with a few scattered snow showers, and then next weekend looks rather, dry for the most part, with temperatures in the upper teens to lower 20s for highs and single digits for lows. So it's going to be pretty chilly out there, and then we'll have to watch out for another low pressure system by the time we get to Monday, with a threat for more snow. So that is your forecast discussion for today. Live coverage throughout the day today. Follow NYNJPA Weather for the latest analysis. Thank you, and please stay safe out there.